Welcome to SrcCodes.com. Today we are trying to demystify or bust myths that are very common in teams that are new to agile transformation. Today's video, we are going to talk about what do we mean when we say Scrum is a lightweight framework. I have often come across the question from people who are just understanding agile or are being newly introduced to agile, that what do you mean by lightweight? Like agile does not need any documentation. And also the comment that there are so many ceremonies, so many meetings that we have to attend. To be honest, those are right observations for somebody new to agile. So when we say lightweight framework, we are not necessarily saying that zero documentation. We are just saying that there's a trade-off between the level of interactions or ceremonies vis-a-vis the level of documentation that you might require. So the moment in Scrum, there is more emphasis on interactions and people and teams talking to each other rather than spending time in having detailed and extensive documentation. Since software happens to be a complex process which is also dynamic in nature, and we expect the market and the client requirements to change over time or evolve as they know better, documenting requirements like a waterfall model might often lead to them become obsolete and also inaccurate. We started off, we are developing this new product for a particular market, and 6 months down the line, if we look back at the documentation or the BRDs that we had created, they might just turn out to be inaccurate or missing in certain aspects. So Scrum encourages people to talk to each other. There is no clear guidelines on the level of documentation. It's deliberately silent on that so that the team can take its own decision. It does, however, mention that you need to have a list of features or list of items that you want to work towards or work on so that you can achieve the product goal. So, but in reality, in order to be successful, every team will decide how much level of documentation it needs. Every team will decide for itself on what level of detail they need to continue to have. So in my experience, have I done away with process flows? No. Do I no longer maintain a RACI matrix? Yes, I don't. Do I create the BRDs, business requirement documentation? No. But in those places, I still have mockups. I do create a lot of UIs and user interfaces. I do have a checklist to track the progress, and our team or project does have a project plan in place, which is constantly being updated. And so in general, there is no clear direction or the level of documentation is needed. But just remember that when you choose less documentation, it does mean that you would need to interact more often with your team. So Scrum is a lightweight framework, but the lightweight in certain aspects, it is definitely much heavier on interactions and ceremonies. If you belong to a team that is new to agile transformation, leave a comment or myth that you have seen quite prevalent and would like to address. Thank you for watching this video. If you like our conversations and the topics that we deep dive into, then please subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when we are posting new content.